Hey everyone, welcome to this weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of February 17th through the 23rd of 2025. All right, so this week we have Mars going direct after his very long retrograde since December 5th, December 6th, around there. This will be at the end of the week, so Mars going direct on Sunday. So things starting to move forward in regards to our assertiveness, in regards to proactivity in our life, and more directness with who we are and what we want. So this has been over reflection. Still a good week for this reflection. Still, reworking things, taking a little bit of a back seat when it comes to this stuff. But at the end of the week, that energy is certainly moving forward. Now, when Mars does go station there on Sunday, Mercury will be trining up to it. So there can be a bit of inquisitiveness, maybe directness with our communications, assertiveness with how we're thinking about things and communicating. So it's nice to see that mental planet of Mercury in good harmony to that Mars station on Sunday. This week is all in all, I think, an action week. We're going to be in the third quarter moon, which is going exact on Thursday, which means that mid last week we had a full moon. That marked the halfway point of the lunar month, and often where we come to some awareness about our life journey and some changes we want to make or setting off into a new direction. So based on whatever insights or things you set out to do mid last week, it's a great week to implement that, very action oriented, and likely a lot of things starting to manifest in that context as well. Also on Thursday, Mercury will be squaring up to expansive Jupiter. So there can be a bit of a pendulum swing with how we're thinking about things, maybe over-optimistic on one extreme, then maybe pessimistic on the other, or open-minded, then not so much. So this sort of expansive energy, good to ground it constructively. And so anything practical or day-to-day to really see the bigger picture, but also apply it in a way that, is practical, I think is a great way of working with that Mercury square. All right, so let's go and take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. Alrighty, so here's the sky for this week. We're going to look at this for each day of the week, starting first with Monday, February 17th. And as you can see here, we are using the visible sky on this channel, which is very different from mainstream astrology. In mainstream, you won't see them using the visible sky because unfortunately they don't use it. So if you are new, definitely check out the link down below for more information on this difference, because the sign placements do change, especially as you'll notice with some of these sign placements I'm mentioning in today's video. All right, so taking a look here at the week, let's do a little bit of a recap here just to see where all the planets are astrologically. We are not having any sign changes this week, so a lot of it is the general energy that we felt last week as well. And that's, of course, with Aquarius. We had the Sun enter Aquarius last week. Mercury's well set here as well. So it's a great week for focusing on our visions, the future, and even collective matters. So our own visions for the future, the world, the global stuff, collective, whatever is great to be focused on. And also, what can be our communities, our network circles, friends, things like this. Really good to be focused on and thinking in this way. All in all, can give us a bit of a challenging of the status quo kind of energy, a willingness to think outside the box and get into some unorthodoxy, because Aquarius is all about connecting to that individual spark, that individuality that can contribute to the collective. Venus is well set in Pisces, where she will soon go retrograde. So it is all about connecting to life in a more receptive way right now. Pisces is about connecting to the ethers, the spiritual, the imaginative, the intuitive, the creative. This can be really good in relationships right now, connecting in a way that's a little bit more accepting, compassionate, unconditional, but connecting to life in this more receptive, intuitive, accepting sort of way, really prioritizing that mental health and spiritual health right now can be great. So there's Mars going to go station direct on Sunday in retrograde in Gemini. And so it's still a week of, again, reflecting on who we are, what we want, where we're putting our energy, and how do we put our energy into things, and how are we proactive in our lives, and how do we take initiative with things. This is all going through a reworking process still this week, but here maybe in the context of communication, how we relate with others, and how we think about things practically in our lives. All right, so let's go ahead and start here with Monday. The moon will be in Virgo both Monday and Tuesday. As you can see here, it is a bit of a quiet week astrologically, at least with the aspects, but still an important week nonetheless. But Monday and Tuesday, the moon will be in Virgo, which places themes around improvement. It's a great couple days for taking care of things, getting into the details, refining, and as I always say, personal development really with Virgo. So focusing on what we do have control over, which is ourselves, and fixing and improving things can be absolutely fantastic. Once we do start to go into Wednesday, the moon will shift into Libra, and where the moon will be for the first half of Thursday as well. But Libra is all about balance. So Wednesday and early Thursday, bringing more balance to our life, and perhaps themes around relationships or relating with others in some way. So looking at two sides of the coin, it's all about coming to mutual agreement, reciprocity, cooperation, these kinds of themes. And if it's not in an actual partnership, just in our day-to-day life, themes around ethics, doing the right thing, morality, things of this nature, Wednesday and early Thursday. So those are the main themes and what's really good to develop this early part of the week. Once we do get to that late Wednesday and especially into Thursday, we'll be in the third quarter moon of the lunar cycle, which is all about starting to apply the full moon energy. So if you can think back to last week's midweek, we had the full moon. That's the halfway point of the lunar month. We do tend to get some awareness and some insights in regards to our life path. It was happening in Leo, which was all about our self-expression, what we love, who we love, connecting more to our hearts, and starting to apply that for the remainder of the cycle. So that's a great way of applying this week, is applying more self-expression, more passion, more love in our life, but really anything that you do want to see starting to manifest for you that you've recently sort of set out to do or made some changes with, it can be an excellent week for putting that action into things and really integrating this full moon energy. Now, this is going to be a moon that's going to start to go into Scorpio late Thursday. So early Thursday, balance, fairness, as we said, that's very important. But once we get to late Thursday and into what is pretty much all the way into mid-Saturday, so mid-Thursday until mid-Saturday, we're going to have the moon in the deep part of the sky in Scorpio and Ophiuchus. And so both of these constellations deal with uncovering the deeper world. And I would say with applying the full moon self-expression of Leo, how can we do so in a way that's real, raw, authentic, candid, right? Scorpio wants the truth and wants to uncover that deeper world. And so it can be a little bit challenging here for the moon, maybe especially because it's in a square with the sun, but challenging ourselves to dive deeper, go into our deeper values, have healthy trust and authenticity with those that we have that trust with, letting down that armor a little bit with those that we have healthy relationships with, and just getting real and raw with ourselves and others, and fundamentally to express ourselves. I mean, that is the best way to express ourselves, right? That's the Scorpio-Leo combination, is to express ourselves real, raw, authentically. And so this is a great middle part of the week to challenge ourselves to get deeper in general, but maybe specifically with that self-expression from that full moon. Mercury will be squaring up to Jupiter at this time, specifically on Thursday. And so the planet of our mind and communication will be in a clash with expansive and abstract Jupiter. So we can have quite the abstract mind, thinking bigger picture, maybe again some pendulum swings with that optimism or opportunities, or, you know, the abstract mind kind of running a little bit, maybe even hopes and wishes and stuff. So this is all good to really ground. And so if there's any inspirations, if there's anything to be open-minded about, it's a great middle part of the week to actually ground it and implement it. Be observant of the mind there, and, you know, or just, you know, maybe our day-to-day lives in terms of if there are any over or under extremes with that. But all in all, setting intentions to have healthy open-mindedness, healthy opportunities, healthy adventurousness, healthy open mind in general. This can be a great way of integrating this, and can end up being very constructive as we have basically an opportunity to concretize the right brain, the right brain, the abstract mind, the free-spirited mind, the adventurous mind, but we can ground it into the left mind, the practical mind, and make it very applicable and practical into our day-to-day lives. So that can be a great way of working with Thursday specifically. All right, so that is the week in a nutshell, and we have that deeper energy, as I said, until what did I say, mid-Saturday? Yeah, mid-Saturday. Once we do get to mid-Saturday, the moon will pass over the galactic center, the last part of the deepest part of the sky there, and then start to go into expansive Sagittarius. So late Saturday and all day Sunday, we got a bit of this more healthier Jupiter energy by this point, having integrated this square with Jupiter, but starting to probably think in terms of that free-spiritedness, open-mindedness. We do tend to have more of that spirit for life with the moon in Sag, and we do tend to have more of that easier connection to the higher planes, whether it's the spirit or adventurousness or philosophical nature. That can be very, very much a theme and very good to develop that weekend, basically, late Saturday, but all day Sunday. All right, so Sunday is when Mars goes station direct. This is not him going fully direct just yet. We want to give this into next week as Mars has to build his momentum. But I will say that Sunday is likely a shifting time for most of us, especially in the context of what has been either on the back burner or been redone or rethinking since December 5th and 6th. So if you do think to December 5th and 6th, what was it at that point where maybe you felt like, okay, you need to take a step back. Maybe there's some things to go back and redo. Maybe there's some things to consider. This energy does move forward. And all in all, I would say it's just slowly into next week, more assertiveness, more directness, more clarity on who we are and what we want, because we've gone over this retrograde, because we've gone over this period of reflection, of reconnecting to this side of ourselves. Okay, so Sunday is likely to be definitely a shifting day when it comes to that fiery energy, when it comes to that masculine energy, that direct energy of Mars that's been going through a reworking process for these past months. Now, it's nice to see that Mercury is going to be in a good trine to that Mars while Mars goes station. And so this can maybe give us a bit of directness with our communications, a little bit more of that fiery energy coming through. But again, really pause with it. You know, there's things starting to shift, and then we can start to, incorporate that a little bit more next week. All right, everyone. So that is the week in a nutshell. All in all, we are in the third quarter moon. That goes exact on Thursday, the 20th. This is about applying the full moon energy. So thinking back to mid last week, what did you set out to do energetically? Maybe it involves self-expression, but whatever it was, great week to apply it, to take action towards it, and likely starting to see things manifest in that regard. We've got some expansive mind and maybe some of that spiritedness quite strong Thursday, but we want to channel that constructively. And so any intentions to ground the abstract mind or ground any open-minded things can be a great way of working with this really third quarter, this action-oriented phase of the cycle. We have a little bit of that deeper energy late Thursday going into the weekend there, so working on that constructively, bringing up that deeper world with intention. And then Sunday, pausing with Mars, a pause, a stillness with the assertiveness, the drive, the directness that's been in reflection, now starting to move forward. All right, so everyone have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for the live stream where we go live every Sunday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time of the Americas. Definitely check that out, and hope to see you all there. But have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you all next time for the next astrology forecast. Take care.